Bhaktanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Let us start with some prayers. Thank you all for giving me your association today. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naranjaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. Jai Jai Shri Radha Madan Ki Jai 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 Shri Radha Murlidhar Ki Jai. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I hope everyone is able to see my screen. So the quality that we will be discussing today is mercy, like a Vaishnava is merciful. And it's been on my mind that I wanted to like talk about Vyasadev, but this lecture, honestly, the more I was like trying to like prepare for it, I don't think I've done enough justice, but also this lecture is purely a reminder for myself to really understand how merciful all of our gurus, our acharyas have been. And it's a great reminder for me to like soak into the parampara, soak into Krishna consciousness, and also like hear from you. And as we dive into the lecture, there are a lot of slides, so I'll try to like wrap it up, like make make it in the most compactful manner as much as possible. But please feel free to interrupt if I say if something resonates with you, if you want to add some thoughts. Also, if there is something that I've done that's like unintentionally deviating from what's been said in the scriptures, definitely please feel free to correct me. And so yeah, the topic of our discussion today is Vyasdev, and I want to humbly try to be in the humble mood and like present this lecture and Kripa or Daya. So Srila Vyasdev. So we definitely, I think everyone here, we know the name, we know what Vyasdev stands for, like what he has done. But then in preparation of this lecture, I also got to know what and all he had to go through on certain dimensions. And I just want to share all of those with you also. We will be going back and forth in terms of like reading some verses, but if somebody wants to like read these verses, that would be great if we can have someone volunteer.
I can.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you.
ततः सप्तदशमे जातः सत्य सत्यवत्यां पराशरात् चक्रे वेदतरोः शाखा दृष्ट्वा पुंसोऽल्पमेधसः. Thereafter, in the 17th incarnation of Godhead, Sri Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati through Parashar Muni, and he divided the one Veda into several branches, seeing that people are less intelligent.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, Veda Vyas, the name itself is actually a title. It is not the name of a person. We have a lot of mentions about like Vyasdev across Chaitanya Charitamrita, across Bhagavatam, even in Bhagavad Gita, and across different sampradayas too, including in Vishnu Sahasranamam, which comes in Mahabharata. There is Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. So Vyasa is Vishnu, and Vishnu is no other than Vyasdev. So Vyasdev is a literary incarnation. And actually, so Vyasdev was born in between Satya and Treta Yuga, but he transitioned to between like Dwapar and Kali. And so he was able to see the mode of different modes of material nature like affecting people, how people are getting like less and less intelligent, and he is having this like intense passion or like intense like calling to, okay, how can I help everyone? So that's where mercy comes, because he's our acharyas, they don't expect anything from us. They're always standing on their toes, scratching their heads like Krishna does. Okay, what can we do to elevate this person and send not even person, this living being, and like send the living being back to Godhead, right? So Veda Vyas, it's the name of it's just a title. It's just like, okay, prime minister. Even uh, Janak Maharaj. His name is actually like a title. So Veda Vyas, his Vyasa means to divide. And Vedas, okay, Vedas. Like, so we have Vedas. So Atharva, Yajur, Sama, Rig. All of these shakas were given by Veda Vyas to us. Before that, it was all like one big chunk, and most of the way, like the predominant ways in which people were learning were through hearing. This is very it is very interesting, because when Britishers tried to like take us away from our culture, from our root, right? Like, because they were like, okay, we are very culturally like rooted, and the way to do it is like divide and rule, and they change systems, but still Sanatana Dharma survived beyond all colonies, all types of empowerment, because we actually practice Shruti and Smriti a lot by default in our families, and we live our Sanatana Dharma as a lifestyle. It is not a okay. At this point in time, I'll be this person, and the rest of the times I'll do whatever I want. Like, that is not our idea. Our idea is like lifestyle. Krishna consciousness is a lifestyle, so it's very ingrained. It's not. It need not be written in books for the most part, even. So for a really long time, Veda is just Shruti, right? Like, we just hear and we just chant. But then Vyasdev was able to like observe that the people of Kali Yuga are not going to be able to like do that. So he decides on a lot of things, which we will very soon like see. Um, but yeah, this is just like an introduction to him, and I want to just start this first phase of this lecture by talking a little bit about his like identities, like his titles. So most of us know Mahabharat. So he was born to um, um, his lean. So he's born Satyavati. So Satyavati Maharani. So she later becomes Maharani when she marries Shantanu Maharaj. But he's Parasharatmajam. So he's the son of Parashara Muni, and Satyavati, who's a fisherwoman, right? So by birth, um, he's not like Brahmana by birth, which, and I'm bringing this point again and again because this is very much in line with like how Prabhupada presents the different modes um, of our minds, like Brahmana, the title Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. So most of it is it's not decided based on how you on your birth. Brahmana just means, okay, you're the head of the society, and that head has certain functions. And if anyone who does those functions, they can be qualified as a Brahmana. And Vedavyasa is like the biggest Brahmana. Munina api aham Vyasaha. That's what Krishna says. Of sages, I am Vyasa. And this is a translation from Vishnu Purana, and I'll just read this out. No Maitreya, the Vyasa called Krishna Dvaipayana to be deity Narayana. For who else on this earth could have composed the Mahabharata? He is the author of those branches. He is those aggregated branches, for he, the eternal Lord, is the essence of true knowledge. So Mahabharata is known as the Panchamo Vedaha. Um, in every Dwapara age, Vishnu is the person of Vyasa. In order to promote the good of mankind, he divides the Vedas, which is properly but one, into many portions. Observing the limited perseverance, energy, and application of mortals, he makes the Veda fourfold to adapt it to their capacities. So, because of that, right now we have like different kinds of Vedis. We have Trivedis. One person from like a certain Vedic sect cannot read other Veda unless they have mastered their own. So these are all the systems that like Vyas they brought to us, so that like he was like, okay, that way people will be more Krishna consciousness. And he is none other than Lord Narayana himself. And yeah, this so we just visited a little bit about his birth, right? So he's called Vaipayana because he was born on in an island, and he was also like very very dark complexion, like exactly like Krishna. So um, he's actually one of the very few Chiranjeevis who are still walking amongst us, witnessing everything and helping those who are in need, who are seeking the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. He's responding, he's reciprocating to all of us. Few other Chiranjeevis are obviously like Hanuman, Vibhishana Maharaj, Vyasdev. So we still have a lot of amazing devotees who are here in this material plane to like help us out when we surrender to them, when we take this message with us. Now, so there is Vyasdev. And then there is this very interesting word called Kripana Vatsalaha. So Prabhupada actually has written a lot about this word. Um, can someone please volunteer to like read the next few slides?
I can go again.
Okay, thank you.
त एव वेदा दुर्मेधैर्धार्यन्ते पुरुषैर्यथा एवं चकार भगवान् व्यासः कृपणवत्सलः. Thus the great sage Vyasadeva, who is very kind to the ignorant masses, edited the Vedas so they might be assimilated by less intellectual men.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And this one also, please.
यो वा एतद् अक्षरं गार्ग्य अवि अविदित्वास्माल्लोकात् प्रैति सकृपणः. He who departs from this world without knowing the imperishable, he is a kripana. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukha doshanudarshanam. To see the miseries of birth, death, old age, and disease.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. So Kripana Vatsalaha. So Vatsalya Bhav is we all know the different bhavs that devotees exhibit, right? So Vatsalaha is compared to parental love. And Kripana, usually we think of Kripana as like a miserly person, like he doesn't spend money. He's like in South India we call him kanjus. But basically, Kripana here in our scriptural reference actually doesn't mean someone who lacks money. It's someone who lacks purpose, and this is not any other purpose. This purpose is the purpose of one's birth. Like why is someone stuck in this like birth, old age, disease, death? What is the purpose of you being stuck in the cycle? I being stuck in the cycle. Um, that person is kripana. Again and again, we do the same things. We are just born lifetimes after lifetimes, accumulating karma, accumulating vasanas that don't elevate us. And Vyasdev, he's sitting remotely somewhere, um, and he's giving us this parental love. Like Prabhupada actually like talks about this in a purport. So he's sitting in a frozen mountain, icy old cave, but his heart is just like melting and it's warm because he's trying to pour out mercy, and he's like, okay, who's going to take that mercy from us? And Kripana Vatsala is like helping every living being, and that was his main reason why he started like um dividing Vedas so that it's like in a consumable format. And he was like, okay, maybe if we give these shakas, like they will like read. And if we look at Vedas, the Purvanga and Uttaranga, the Purvanga talks about like different um karma kanda activities that you can do to like please Lord Indra, Lord Kubera. But then what happens is everybody stops there. They don't go to the end, to the end of the Vedas where it says all of these karma kanda that you do. It is valid only if you actually like submit those results to Krishna. Only if you have in your mind that okay, I'm doing this yajna for Indra, but at the end of the day, it's for Krishna. But then Vyasdev was like, okay, let us start here because we all have like and look at how much he has thought about us because he's on his most elevated platform and he has to understand the degraded mentality of living beings who are on the other side of the world, right? There's a very beautiful example given by Radha Gopinath Prabhu, which I will like talk much later into this lecture. And he basically talks about how Veda Vyas builds a bridge between Kama and Prema. Kama are all the living beings who are like still trying to surrender to Krishna, and Prema is the elevated state where he understands everything about Krishna. Like he wants to give that love, but there is no one to like take it completely yet. And the ultimate goal is Krishna. And even for Brahmaji, the Vedas had to be explained um, and now there are lot of us who are trying to like study the Vedas and do some karma kandic activities. We go try to go to heaven. We do Aishwarya Yajna. We go to like heaven. But the thing is, all of them, once our pious activities are done, we have to again come back. And some so the way I'm thinking about moving ahead, moving forward is like we are trying to like build a cake, assemble a cake. So there's going to be like sponge cream, but there's going to be the cherry on the top, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. But I mean, not that other layers of the cake are not important, but I just wanted to like I was just thinking of an example and then started. So but Vedavyas, he gave us Mahabharata. So um actually, like I'm pretty sure all of us might be aware, but if not, I'm just going to like very quickly touch base upon the birth of the lineage of like Kuru dynasty. So basically, um, Vedavyas fathers the entire Kuru dynasty because so Dhritarashtra and Pandu's father, Vichitravirya, he actually like dies, and hence there ended the dynasty. So what Satyavati does is through Niyoga, which is like a separate way of where like sages can actually like enable the progression of the dynasty without being engaged in like material activities, and through that we get Dhritarashtra and Pandu, and then the entire Pandavas and Dhartrashtras together, all 106 of them, including one sister together, they are called as Kauravas, but popularly the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra they are known as Kauravas, and hence the entire Mahabharata happened. And in Mahabharata, while the story of Mahabharata itself is very revealing, it talks about like a lot of characteristics. What is dharma? What is adharma? We have gems from Mahabharata too, like Bhagavad Gita, Yaksha Prashnam, Vishnu Sahasranamam, um, Viduraniti. All of these gems that it's applicable for everyone. Um, in the age of Kali. So Bharato Panchama Veda. Mahabharata is almost the fifth Veda. Like if there was fifth Veda, it has to be Mahabharata. And Vedavyas and Lord, he basically writes the whole epic for us to like learn from. And Mahabharata has like stories, all the other epics, all the other Puranas. It has Ramayana, it has like Varahavatar, it has like there is nothing that is not there in like in Mahabharata, right? So basically, Vyas Dev actually gives us the entire Mahabharata to us, and the beauty of our Vyas Dev for this time cycle is usually Vyas Dev is a Shaktiyavesha avatar, but this time Lord Narayana himself is the literary incarnation who's Vyasdev. But in other ages, in other maybe universes or like planets, Vyasdev is just a Shakti Aveshya avatar. Like he's not like Purna avatar. For example, Parashram is an Aveshya avatar. But for us, Narayana or Krishna has come as Vedavyas. So it's like it's it's just amazing, right? Um, okay, we okay. And what also happened along with I think I had a slide that I wanted to like. Sorry, maybe we'll come back to this in a bit. Um, so Vedavyas, his appearance is also seen throughout Mahabharata. He gives Sanjaya the vision to view the entire war, and actually only through that we get Bhagavad Gita. We actually never witness the Bhagavad Gita directly. Like it is what Sanjaya relates to us, right? And of course, his great son Shukadev, he liberated Maharaj Parikshit, and just 7 days. Maharaj Parikshit had only 7 days, and Shukadev Goswami is so elevated. He's the son of Vyasdev, but he doesn't come out of his mother's womb. Like he just stays there for 6 years because he knows what happens the moment you're born. The air called shata, it affects you and your material, like you forget everything, your conversation you've been having in your womb with Krishna, the material air immediately takes over. So he doesn't want to He doesn't want to come. And then Yasdev goes to Krishna, and Krishna promises him that that Shukadev will not get affected. And then Shukadev comes, and Shukadev just walks like he doesn't care about anything. He's not dressed. He's just like walking. Tree, stone, women, men, animals, all of them are same. He just sees like Krishna everywhere. And Vyasdev is crying. Vyasdev is like, "Oh my dear son," and all the trees are responding to Vyasdev. But Shukadev is not like he's not turning. But Vyasdev, because of Shukadev, because of such a glorified son, everyone is Vyasdev's glory increases because of Shukadev, because Shukadev Maharaj is Goswami is like he's like Goswami. He's not controlled by senses anymore. Um, so as time passes, Vedavyas, he's thinking about humanity and other living beings, right? How can every soul go back to Krishna? So he's composed Upanishads, sutras, um, Veda, but he's not able to he's not able to he's not able to feel content within himself, right? So he's wondering. He's sitting by river Saraswati, and he's thinking, how can I? What can I do to give out mercy? I mean, he's liberated Parikshit Maharaj. He's um, later in the lecture we'll see what a rishi tattva is, but he's basically a rishi. A rishi is someone who's selfless. They just work for the welfare of everyone around them. So he's not satisfied because he's like he has composed around 555 sutras together, if you count all the sutras, and that covers everything starting from karmakand, jnanakand, all the way up to liberation, all the way up to dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But still, he's still grieving. He's not feeling satisfied. He doesn't think he has done enough. So, Narada Muni is his guru. So while he's like sitting and like grieving about his unfulfillment, Narada Muni comes and there is an exchange of inquiry that happens, which we'll see later. Jignasitam adhitam cha brahma yattat sanatanam tatapi sochasyatmanam akritartham iva prabho. Oh Vyasadev, your vision is completely perfect, yet you grieve as though your purpose is unfulfilled. And then, so what happens is there is more chastisement that Narada Muni actually gives. We will read those verses as we go down the into the slides. But Narada Muni starts here as like, yeah, why are you grieving? Like, what is wrong with you? Your vision was completely perfect, but what happens? And then Vyasadev says, no, I'm a fool. I surrender to you, Narad. And Vyasadev is the topmost guru, Adi guru, is the topmost acharya. Every parampara, we refer to him, right? And he says, no, I'm the number one fool. I'm not feeling satisfied at all. I don't think I've done humanity any good, any good. He says that, and he surrenders, right? Humbly, like he's so humble, like a blade of grass, like, right? And then what happens is Narada Muni um, gets him into a trance where he sees Krishna. And then behind Krishna, he sees Maya. And then he understands, oh, that is right. I have been giving all these different Vedas, Vedangas, Upanishads, Sutras, they all help address Maya. But Krishna, like the root of the tree, is not addressed yet. And he, I mean, we all know that Raslila is a very, very, like, very strict um invite by only event, and then Vyasdev gets an opportunity to like witness Krishna's pastimes, and then he's like, that is right. I have not, I have like no social service, like no great literature can help unless the root of the tree is answered, which is Krishna Bhakti. And Radha Gopinath Prabhu also says how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and sorry, just before that, hence Vedavyas, he starts writing Srimad Bhagavatam, starts composing Bhagavatam, which is just Krishna pastimes, just Krishna pastimes. Like it's like nectar, right? And the Radha Gopinath Prabhu, and there is this other devotee from ISKCON who's initiated name I was not able to find, but he goes by the name Stephen Naprabhu. He says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not writing a Vedanta commentary is the biggest credit Bhagavatam can get, because he considered Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, to be the topmost commentary of all commentaries, right? And hence we are going to the next sponge. So this next sponge is where we are going to the literary works that Vedavyas had written. So all the Vedas, 18 Mahapuranas, um, but the first one, the first question we asked in Srimad Bhagavatam, even after this, there's like so much dissatisfaction. Right? And the first question, Athato Brahma Jignasa. Now, therefore, let there be inquiry into the absolute truth. And then it just, everything uh, just like flows down. Bhagavatam, some glorifications of Bhagavatam, right? Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam idam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of the tree of Vedic knowledge. I would like for can you all see my Veda based screen?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Um is do we have any volunteers who can just read this verse and the purport by Srila Prabhupada on Veda Vyasa?
I can read. वेददुर्मेधेर् धार्यन्ते पुरुषैर्यथा एवं चकार भगवान् व्यासकृपणवत्सला.
Thank you. Can you read the translation and
Yes, and purport as well.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll show a section in the purport, but let's go with
Okay.
translation. Yeah.
Okay. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thus, the great sage Vyasadeva, who is very kind to the ignorant masses, edited the Vedas so they might be assimilated by less intellectual men.
Thank you. Okay. So can you read from this one? Yes.
Okay. Only the highlighted part, or
From the highlighted part.
okay, got it. Got it. Sorry. A class of men who claim Brahmanical qualifications simply by their birthright in the family of a Brahmana claim that the study of the Vedas is a monopoly of the Brahmana caste only. Another section of the people take this as an injustice to members of other castes who do not happen to take birth in a Brahmana family. But both of them are misguided. The Vedas are subjects which had to be explained even to Brahmaji by the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the subject matter is understood by persons with exceptional qualities of goodness. Persons who are in the in the modes of passion and ignorance are unable to understand the subject matter of the Vedas. The ultimate goal of Vedic knowledge is Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. This personality is very rarely understood by those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance. In the Satya Yuga, everyone was situated in the mode of goodness. Gradually, the mode of goodness declined during the Treta and Dwapar Yugas, and the general mass of people became corrupt. In the present age, the mode of goodness is almost nil. And so, for the general mass of people, the kind hearted, the powerful sage Srila Vyasadeva divided the Vedas in various ways so that they may be practically followed by less intelligent persons in the modes of passion and ignorance. It is stated in the next shloka as follows. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nandini. So and if we go through the slides, um you will actually even see Prabhupada saying Vyasadeva should have not done that. Like, should have just written like Srimad Bhagavatam straight away. But then but then we can. It actually makes Bhagavatam even more nectarish, right? Because now it makes the Bhagavatam even more nectarish, because now we know that okay, even after doing all of this, for people whose mode of goodness is like degraded, um, the final solution is Bhagavatam. And it's a relief, because even if one reads Bhagavatam, or doesn't chant the shlokas as properly as, like, for example, like if you're doing any Vedic rituals, you have to be very, very careful with your pronunciation. When you say the word ajaha, the tone in which you say in the Vedic mantra, ajaha means Brahma or goat. You say ajaha, ajaha. Like, if you say the wrong one, then a goat might appear instead of Brahma. We avoid all of that. We just chant and be happy. And hence Bhagavatam, even if you mispronounce like a verse, it doesn't matter. Bhagavatam will still embrace you, and it'll just shower you with so much mercy. And that's why, like, all these Vedic rituals, you keep coming back to the same mortal world. It doesn't matter. And आरुह्य कृच्छ्रेण परम padam tatah patanti ado nadrita yusmat angrayah. These are all um, the effects of like karma kanda, right? And even Narottama Das Thakur, he writes, I'm not going to read the Bengali because I'm not good with Bengali, but the translation is karma kanda and jnana kanda are simply pots of poison. One who mistakes them for nectar and drinks wanders through species, eating abominable things, and his existence just keeps going downwards. Um, but prema pum artho mahan, prema, pure love of God, is the supreme goal of human life. That is all that matters. And Narada Muni tries to teach, he tries to explain this to Vedavyas. And first, when he starts, he's like, why are you sad? And then when Vedavyas submits himself, Narada Muni starts chastising him. And the, the sign of a really good disciple is he takes a chastisement as a blessing, right? And this is why the word Vyasasan is like very, very important, because Vyasasana literally means like Vyacha Uchishta, which means we are just talking the remnants of whatever Vyas Mahadev, Vyasdev says. Like, we don't add our own perception, interpretation. No, we just have to be shuka, like parrots. What Veda Vyasa said, we just try to repeat it. And Vyasasana, Vyas Puja, this is all. Even Guru Purnima is actually the birth of like Vyasdev, right? So, such glorious Vyasdev. He has done very interesting, miraculous things apart from compiling Srimad Bhagavatam, his involvement in Mahabharata, his um, he's literally the reason why even Kauravas were born, because they were born as like a pinda. They were not born as 100 babies to Gandhari. They were born as dead seeds, and he's the one who gives. So he is knowledgeable in science. He's knowledgeable in arts. He's knowledgeable in a lot of like all the 64 arts. In Tamil we say Aya Kalai 64, 64 arts. But still, his final bullseye arrow is Krishna Prema. And Narada, when he chastises him, he says, however exalted your literature seems, however amazing your scholarship and your composition or your, composition of Vedas seem, you're actually cheating the people. People. Oops, my slide is not moving ahead. I don't know why. Okay, sorry. Bit of a technical glitch. And Narada Muni says, Bhavathanudita prayam yasho bhagavato madam yenai vasau na tushteya tushyeta manyeta darshanam kilam. You have not actually broadcast the sublime and spotless glories of the personality of Godhead. A philosophy which does not satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord is worthless. It's kilam. यथा धर्मादयश्चार्था मुनिवर्यानुकीर्तितः कीर्तिताः न तथा वासुदेवस्य महिमा हि अनुवर्णितः. O great sage, you have broadly described the four principles beginning with religious performances, but you have not similarly described the glories of the Supreme Personality Vasudeva. न यद् वचश्चित्र पदम हरेर यशो जगत पवित्रम प्रगृणीत कर्हिचित तद् वायसम तीर्थम उशंति मानसा न यत्र हमसा निरमन्ति उशिक्षयाः. Words that do not glorify Hari, who alone can sanctify the universe, are like a crow's pilgrimage spot. Pure devotees like swans find no pleasure there. This is actually like very, very harsh. I mean, I imagine if a teacher calls, chases a kid these days, like they'll just like walk home, call their parents, and or like call 911 even. There's actually really intense chastisement there, right? And tadvag visargo janatagah viplavo yasmin prakriti shlokam abadhavati api namani anantasya yashon kitani yat Shrinvanti Gayanti Grinanti Sadavaha. That literature, which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, and pastimes of the unlimited Supreme Lord, even though imperfectly composed, brings about a revolution in the impious lives of misdirected civilization. Such literatures are heard, sung, and accepted by purified, honest persons. ततो न्यता किञ्चन यद् विवाक्षितः पृथग्दृशस्तत्कृतरूपनाम नामभिः न कर्हिचित् क्वापि च दुष्टितः मतिर्लभेत वाता हतनौ इवास्पदम्. Whatever you whatever you desire to describe separately in vision from the Lord simply produces different forms, names, and reactions that agitate the mind, like a boat tossed by the wind, unable to find a resting place. Jugupsitam dharma kritenu shasatah, condemned for instructing in the name of dharma without glorifying the Lord. So Narada actually condemns all the work that Vyasdev has done, but Vyasdev is stomaching all of this chastisement because for him the only thing that matters is surrendering to his Acharya, Narada Muni, and trying to build that bridge, the setu between kama and prema. So he's taking this as a blessing, right? And because of these different parts in the Veda, people have subscribed themselves to pantheism, like worshipping of like other demigods, without realizing that they are just like watering the branches of the tree, whereas the root is available, more merciful, more accessible, and very reciprocative, right? And hence Vyasdev, being the rishi, he digests all of this chastisement and he gives the best gift that can live through generations across living beings, across we get access to it like in one lifetime and we take the shelter of a parampara, we are settled. Like there is, even if we want to, Vaisheshika Maharaj always says this, just board the bus, do not get down. Even if we want to get down, Krishna will not let us get down. But who are such people who are capable? Like, can we listen to everybody, or are there certain qualities that we should like look for when we are following such proposals, right? Like, why should we study Srimad Bhagavatam even? Of course, we have all been like trying to understand the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam for many years now. But who's Vedavyas as a rishi? What is a rishi tattva? So when we say rishi, we always imagine like matted locks, like a saffron, like, you know, shawl, walking with a kundal and a kamandal and like throwing water on everybody. But then that's just like the appearance. But then rishi is just like our heart is a temple because of the because of the devotion that one carries in one's heart. Rishi is also like a mode, right? And we say like whenever when Srimad Bhagavatam was recited, it happens across kalpas, the rishis assembled in Naimisharanya, right? And then what are the characteristics of those rishi? Like what makes Vedavyas a rishi? There are few qualities that makes someone a rishi, and one is genuine concern for all of the 8.4 million species, and their peace goes into pieces when they when they see others like suffering, right? And then they are the head of the society. So when we say head, there are like different functions, different senses too. So they hear the suffering, they see the suffering, they smell like what is missed and what is there. Like they smell something is fishy in this area, something is fishy with this person, and they speak the glories of Lord and the effects of Maya, and they use their brain to like solve problems of these 8.4 million species, and they use their heart to like build a temple for Lord Hari, right? So they are that is who a brahmanas, that is who a rishi is. It's not based on like one's birth. And Vyasdev, he's a check mark in like all of this, right? And what does he do? So he's this is again coming back to the setu that was built between prema and kama. So the people who are on one side of the bridge, prema, they don't understand anything else apart from like absolute love for Krishna. The other people who are in the kama, they don't understand anything else apart from like, okay, like I just need money, material desires, my sensory satisfaction. And what rishis do is they build a setu, right? And even in Ramayana, this reference comes because there is one way of like seeing Ramayana as like Sita Ma, Ramapa, but there is another way where Sita Ma is symbolized to be the stuck jiva, and Ravana with the 10 head is like the 10 senses, and all the Rakshasis around her are like these like senses, like controlling you and like trying to like cage you. And then Rama's on the other side, like he's not in Lanka, right? Like he's in Chitrakoot. And then he sends Hanuman, who's in Acharya. This Acharya, he flies to the Jiva to tell, don't worry, Sir, Rama's coming to save you. And the moment the Acharya comes, the Ram Setu is built. From that bridge that is built by Rama himself, Sita's rescue. That is us, right? Like we are all the Jivas getting stuck in this cage, and then we have an Acharya like Hanuman, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Ramanujacharya, like Madhvacharya, Vallabhacharya, um, Lord Shiva. They all come and they say, chant Ram Nam, chant Krishna. Don't worry, the bridge is being built. And we don't even know, we can't see the bridge being built. Sita Ma never saw the bridge, but the whole Lanka was getting burnt right in front of her, and she didn't get affected. Similarly, like we will also not get affected. I mean, whatever karma we have to finish, we'll finish. But that once that the Setu is built, Ram Setu is built, we'll be good to go. And this is the same thing. Like here, Vedavyas is trying to build the bridge between prema and kama. And what happens is, people instead of walking to the other side of the bridge, we stop and we build buildings in the bridge, which is the karma kanda activities, and then we don't end up going to Krishna prema at all. Like we are just stuck here, and the bridge will break down. Then we'll again have to go back to the pool of kama. And the thing is, both of them think the other are crazy. Like Kama people are like, okay, Prema people are crazy. Prema people think Kama are crazy. One is correct. One group is correct, right? And Prabhupada actually writes very strongly about the second point here, conviction and the lack of Krishna consciousness. So Narada Muni says the only solution you have is Krishna consciousness. You ignore all the other sutras that you've written. Don't go back to it. Just give the world Srimad Bhagavatam, and he does it. And Vedavyas, he takes that risk. He tries to build that bridge. It's like if I'm a doctor and if I see someone is infected with COVID, I should rescue them. That is my dharma as a doctor. But then there are chances that I will also get infected, right? But for him, he surrenders and then he takes the risk. That's what Prabhupada did. What bridge did Prabhupada build? He built a bridge from Vrindavan to New York, and through that he built the bridge to everyone. Prabhupada could have been in Vrindavan, not cared about anything else, but no, he's a rishi, like he's an acharya, and a very very strong one. And he's like, okay, no, like when he's so old, came all the way to New York, and now look at what he has created, the movement that he has created. That is, and even Ramanujacharya, like he was being, he was attempted to kill so many times by um certain kings who were following like other religions, like certain kings who were invading India. He was poisoned by his own guru, attempted to poison by his own guru, but he kept running and finding and establishing um, the love for Godhead, right? So this is what a rishi, a true acharya, does. Like they risk themselves for us. And as he was writing, like even in Mahabharata, as he wrote Mahabharata, this is actually like a very very famous verse. I like to I want to just read this verse. If someone wants to read, actually that would be great. This talks about like how comprehensive Mahabharata, and still that is not the solution. Somebody wants to go.
I can go.
Okay.
धर्मे चार्थे च कामे च मोक्षे च भरतर्षभ यद् इहास्ति तद् अयन्तरा यान्निहास्ति न तत् कदाचित्. In matters of dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, O best of the Bharatas, whatever is found here may be found elsewhere, but what is not found here cannot be found anywhere.
Thank you. So this is Mahabharata. Dharme, dharme, dharme cha, arte cha, kame cha, mokshe cha, bharatarashva. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Everything is covered in Mahabharata. There is nothing that you won't find here. If it's not in Mahabharata, it's not there in any like. And Vedavyas says this. He proudly says this. And there are other strong statements made by Vedavyas too. But still, this was not complete. Right? Urdhva bahur viraumya eshana kaschit shnoti me. Dharma dharthascha kamascha sakim artham na sevyate. With my arms raised, I'm crying out, but no one listens to me. Artha and kama come through dharma. Then why is dharma not followed? Vedavyasa says, and he's hurling words at Duryodhana. I've told Duryodhana so many times to not follow his senses, like live a fair life, but he doesn't seem to listen. And Duryodhana is nothing but a yuga, like he's the yuga avatar of Kali Yuga. So it's not like, oh, look at Duryodhana, he's so bad. Like there is a Duryodhana in a lot in a lot of us. Like I have a Duryodhana inside me. And so this is almost like Vedavyas is like appealing to me, right? Like he's like, wake up, wake up. But then nobody would listen, and that's why Narada Muni gives such chastisement. Um, Before we move into the next phase of the lecture, we are kind of like more than halfway through. I just want to take a pause here because I think I was not able to keep it as interactive as other lectures, but if anybody has any comments or like reflections, we can just take a quick pause and then I'll finish the lecture with the space.
Hare Krishna Mataji, just a quick, this is wonderful so far. It's been so amazing, so much priceless information here, and you're covering it so nicely. I specifically loved the five acts of mercy of Srila Vyasdev, and how you finally came to the point of Vyasdev composing Srimad Bhagavatam. So one thing I wanted to, there were two things, but I'm forgetting one thing. But the first thing that I wanted to ask was you mentioned that Srila Vyasadev, who appeared in this yuga, like in this yuga cycle, he's
Hmm.
Krishna himself, something like that. He's not a
Yeah,
separate avatar.
yeah,
Acha. So Krishna himself manifests as Vyasa during the time
yeah,
when he himself descends, like that.
yeah. Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. So even in Vishnu Sahasranama, we say Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidaye Vasisthaya Namo Namaha.
Acha.
So in this specific transition of yuga, he's complete avatar of Narayana. Like that's what even in Vishnu Sahasranam, that's how it says. And even so there were three authors that I referred for compiling this lecture: Radha Gopinath Prabhu, Stephen Knapp Prabhu, and Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. One of them also mentioned that. I will get you the source of who mentioned that. I'm forgetting who exactly mentioned it, but I must have citations at the end of the slide, so we can check that one also. But Vyasdev is known as like Narayana himself has been. That's how even we read in Sri Sampradaya. But um, this one, the one that I quoted was from one of these three authors, and I'm not able to remember who was it.
Got it, Mataji. Yeah, because I would always think that he's Shakti Avesh avatar. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That was also actually when I had that confusion, and then I got these two references to like reconcile them, because
Mm.
Parashuram I was very I was pretty confident that he was Aveshya avatar, but
Mm.
apparently like Vyas. So we even say like Bhagavatam as the literary incarnation. They treat Vyasdev also as literary incarnation.
Correct, correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
And I just one thing I wanted to say that the verse you were quoting, this is that karma kanda, jnana kanda, kevala something bhanda, Narottam Das
Huh.
Muni. Can we go back to that?
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Yeah. 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 Actually,
that
Prabhu, can you recite this, please? I want to make sure the Bengali is like captured. Can you please recite it if you?
sure, sure. Karma kanda, jnana kanda, kevala vishera bhanda. Amrita Baliya Yeba Khaya Nana Yoni. Okay, this is a different meter. Amrita
Ah.
Baliya Yeba Khaya Nana Yoni Sada Phire Kadarya Bhakshana Kare Tara Janma Adha Pate Yaya.
Mm.
Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda are simply pots of poison. One who mistakes them for nectar and drinks wanders through species, eating abominable things, and his existence goes downwards. Wow.
Thank you for reciting it. It's very nice to you.
Very strong and very
Yeah.
direct. Yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention is like I had heard this by one scholar. So they said that so actually we say na like Vyasdeva had written everything. Like he had written the Vedas, the Puranas, the Upanishads, everything. So it is
Mhm.
said that he actually wrote all the 18 Puranas also. And
Yeah.
the 18 Puranas included Bhagavad Puran actually.
Huh.
And then when Narad Muni came and told him that you haven't dedicated a scripture to glorify the Lord, that time he edited the Bhagavad Puran that he had already written to sort of,
Oh.
yeah, he edited it to make it such that the Lord's glories are exclusively mentioned. Because if you see in the other Puranas like Vishnu Puran, Padma Puran, there also the Lord's glories are very they are quite there. Like in fact, we quote Padma Puran, Vishnu Puran so much in like Prabhupada quotes them so much, right?
Mm.
So then the glorification of the Lord is there, but exclusively it is not there. Exclusively God.
Right.
uh, So that is something that Vyasadeva did. He edited the Bhagavad Puran that he had written to make it
Ah.
what we call today as Srimad Bhagavatam.
I see. I see. Okay. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Prabhu. It's amazing to see that. I mean, I don't know, like it's almost like he's like the topmost scholar, like great accomplisher, just to put his context in like current world, right? And then like somebody's like, okay, like it's all wrong, like it's not, you've not done justice. Um, it's really amazing, and he takes that as a blessing, and he spits out more mercy. Like that's amazing, actually, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing that.
That's all I had, Madhuri. Sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Um, is there anyone else like who wants to like share, give more information? If not, I'll move ahead with the next slide. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm not able to see if anyone has risen their hand, so just feel free to like open, like just like unmute yourself. Okay. Um, Krishna Surya Sama. So now we're getting into a little bit more of the nectarine portion. So now we have assembled like sponge cake, and like cream, and we're getting to the top layers. Um, okay, can I have some volunteers to like read this, the next few slides? Yeah.
I can go.
Okay, thanks.
Krishna Surya Sama Maya Hara Andhakara Yaha Krishna ta nahi Maya Radhikara. Krishna is compared to sunshine and Maya to darkness. Wherever there is sunshine, there cannot be darkness. As soon as one takes to Krishna consciousness, the darkness of illusion immediately vanishes.
Thank you. And yes, this one also, please.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. By daily service to the Bhagavatam, firm, unswerving devotion to the Lord arises.
Thank you. So, just like every single day we need sun for vitamin D, right? Through Bhagavat Smaranam, we need D3. So, detachment, devotion, and daily service. So, sorry, dedication, my bad. Detachment, dedication, and devotion. So, that is what is vitamin D3 is. When we say detachment, I think Chaitanya Charan Prabhu talks a lot about this. It doesn't mean that we enter this like voidism, but attaching ourselves to like the right things, um, dovetailing ourselves to Krishna, like to Krishna conscious activities, and just like doing steady practice of everyday smaranam, chanting, reading, and devotion. So all of this is not like a time window, time boxed habit. It's a lifestyle, and Bhagavatam, like having Bhagavatam is like the ultimate elixir of like one's soul. Like just reading it, just knowing the glories of Lord, it builds and I'm pretty sure all of us at some point in time we might have felt that like just hearing to Krishna Katha. Um Krishna is like the sun, where even if we are feeling down, we are going through certain phases in our life. Just having that sunlight, it brightens us up. We know that okay, I'm going through this right now. It doesn't make me particularly happy, but hey, there is a bigger, higher plan in the making. Um, and that gives us a lot of confidence to like go through. Like we know that okay, I don't like what is going on right now, but we understand the concept of karma. We understand the concept of how to look. Like devotees are one of the probably like very few sects of like social groups who can think after death. The other group I've seen are actually like people who follow stoicism, who are actually they're actually like into karma yoga. So stoicism I think is a very very dedicated branch of karma yoga of Bhagavad Gita, but they're able to like think about death. And sometimes when you converse with friends and it's like, and they actually meditate on death, like stoic people, they meditate on death. And even for us we are like okay, like there's going to be service after if we end up getting liberated, which everyone will at some point in time. I'm very confident, and hopefully this lifetime. But we start thinking about okay, there is going to be service, like there is not going to be any anxiety, there's not going to be any like materialistic anger. Every other emotion we have right now, we will have it in the correct mode. Right now all of that is like in perverted reflection form. But um right now, but when we think beyond death, and a lot of devotees actually reject even liberation because they are very attached to like form of Krishna that they're attached to now. Like Hanuman's like, I don't want Vaikunta, like I will be here or doing Ram Ram ka japa until the universe ceases to exist, right? And then even Alvar, Tondaradi Pudi Alvar, he says, um, இச்சுவை தவிர யான் போய் இந்திரலோகமாலும் அச்சுவை பெரிதும் வேண்டேன் அரங்கமா நகருளனே. Oh Ranganatha, even if you're gonna be in a very different form in Vaikunta, I reject Vaikunta. I don't care. And in another verse he says, Aranganai kandapin Kuranganai kanamaten. Kuranga actually means monkey. And he says the monkey man. And who he calls as monkey man is Lord Venkateshwara from Tirupati. He's so attached to Ranganath, although they're all the same. It's all Krishna. Like one is sleeping, one is standing, one is sleeping, resting, waking up at 10, sleeping by 6 p.m. The other one, Tirupati, he sleeps at 1:45. He sleeps at 1:30 a.m. and wakes up at 2 a.m. He gets only 30-minute break every day. That's why he's probably rich. Another Acharya joked about this. So he says, Ranganath, my eyes that has seen Ranganath, I will not go and see the monkey man, who's Lord Venkateshwara. So there are a lot of devotees who can think beyond At the end of the day, liberation, no liberation, dharma, artha, kama, moksham. What matters is your attachment to Krishna, like our love for Krishna. And what gives us that elixir instantly, like Instagram, Insta Press, Insta Click, Insta Mercy, it's Srimad Bhagavatam, right? And Srimad Bhagavatam is a literary incarnation of God compelled by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people, and it is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Srimad Bhagavata Puranam, Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana, most dear to the Vaishnavas. And I'm going to skip these slides because we've already like covered them. But yeah, so where was this born? It was born in Badrikashram. That place is still available for us to like go and feel the vibration. And I've heard about this from so many people who go and visit like Haridwar, Badrikashram. They just come back as like a very, very different. They come back with like very different energy. Even the same cave where Vedavyas and Ganesha, they sit and write Mahabharata, right? And Vedavyas plays this little game with Ganesha, and Ganesha's he meditates on Lord Narsimhadev because Ganesha is Vigna Vinayakan, Vignangal, like he will prevent us from obstacles, right? Where is he getting that empowerment from? It's because of he's the biggest devotee of Lord Narsimha. I think this Purana is in Harivamsha. I remember this from Amarendra Prabhu's lecture, but I could be wrong. And he's always meditating on Narsimhadev. So that cave is still there where Ganesh and Vyasdev like collaborated. And Vyasdev has even sought, if I'm not wrong, in Ahobilam, he seeks this. He makes Narsimhadev like take another avatar. And not only that, how else is he still called, expanding the river of mercy by parampara, right? Like Narada Muni, Vyasdev, the Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Vyasdev is is the most senior, most acharya. And Vyas Puja, like Vyasasan, all of these carry significance. And it's both a reminder and a relishment. Relishing because like we can see Vyasdev in everything. Even like Narada Muni, he's very inspired by Narada Muni, and Narada Muni has like sought himself through music, through Carnatic music, which is a part of Sama Veda. Narada Muni was reborn as Purandara Dasa in Karnataka. Jagannath Gopal Prabhu might know, and he just floods Carnatic music with devotion on Lord Hari. Purandara Vitala, Purandara Vitala. Every song will have Jagado Dharana Purandara Vitala. Venu Dana Bharo, Venu Nada Bharo, Purandara Vitala. It's just Purandara, and he's incarnation of Narada Muni. Purandara Dasar, sorry. Uh, and Vedavyasa takes the same style, right? Like he also like tries to flood everyone with mercy. He leaves no stone unturned. Okay, if you want to go karma kandik, okay, go this way. Like if you want these sutras, he has made everything accessible. But then he says, Srimad Bhagavatam, you can be whomever. All classes of intelligent species are welcome to take part in this, or unintelligible species are welcome to take part in this Shravana Yajna of Srimad Bhagavatam. And what can we do is, so we talked about the relishing part of Vyasdev. The part where we have to be careful is, just because he has given it to us in a specific way, how can we give it back to everyone else around us, like to all the 8.4 million species? Like that's why when we do when and especially New York is like very popular, like they go around New York City and do like Gornitai bombing, like they just go and say Gauranga Nityananda, and then like Hare Krishna Kirtan on train stations, like even insects, bugs, all the other pretas that are in the universe that have not yet achieved a body, all the um like the ones that don't have a body but live are still like in the air, microbes, everything can actually listen to the harinam, to the love of Krishna, to the one that invokes mercy, and they can actually get good word. And this is not just coming from like a fanatical statement, right? We have a lot of pastimes to like support this. And even in Sri Sampradaya, we know that there is one preacher that tries to possess like a um king's daughter. And then when Ramanujacharya's former guru who was trying to poison him. He goes as like, hey, get out, and he does all these mantras. He's like, nothing. I know you don't know who I am, but I know who you are. You were a squirrel in your former birth, and you got this birth as an Acharya of Ramanujacharya because you ate prasad left by Vaishnavas accidentally. Then that body of spirit says, I'll go when Ramanujacharya um, asks me to go. When I seek liberation from him, then I'll go. And he actually liberates that non-assur like a spirit, right? So it's not very fanatical or like, oh my god, what, when we say, okay, even like dogs and cows and horses and humans listening to this, the mercies invoked. And Prahlad Maharaj was Garbha Shriman. Garbha Shriman, because within Garbha he saw Lord Hari. Why? Because of Narada Muni, because the mercy like reached out to him. And whomever you meet, speak to them the instructions of Krishna. So these are all, this is all, I mean, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is nothing but like embodiment of this, right? Like spreading Krishna consciousness. Like he's liberated dogs, he's liberated so many people. Like his pastimes are just full of mercy and love, and there is nobody who cannot be like, everybody receives mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? And in our in ISV, like he's like this, in the sense like he's like, take mercy, like that's what I meant. Sorry, I was not able to complete the word. Janma shartaka kari kore para upakara. Make your own life successful and then work for the benefit of others. Practice what you preach. Neha vikrama nashosi pratyavayo na vidyate. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. And a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. And what the way we preach, so Radha Gopinath Prabhu talks about like bridge preaching, where when we preach, like for everyone, preaching might be different, right? It's not just like going and talking about Krishna. For some, just serving in the temple, just cleaning the temple so that it's very clean. When people come, they can actually see the environment in which we live. They take inspiration, like even when you serve prasad, somebody comes to temple and it's like you're offering food. Even outside of temple, like the way we behave with ourselves, with our parents, with our family, with our friends. And I've had personal experience of this of myself, and I'm pretty sure all of you would have your own stories to say about how you got pulled into Krishna consciousness because of someone's like ambience, and then how you might have like taken a few steps back because like somebody was hypocritical. But this never gives us the right to be an acharya, right? Like being an acharya, it's strictly, you have to be strictly qualified. Like when we give an advice, the first thing we have to think is, okay, am I the right person to give this advice, or can that be coming from like someone who's more authoritative, more informed than me? We can always share, but giving instructions, we should like think about it. But obviously sharing Harikatha, Krishna stories, that's always welcome. But yeah, coming back to sharing Srimad Bhagavatam, Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirai. Before reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto Narayana, Nara Narayana Rishi, Mother Saraswati, and Srila Vyasdev, the author. Mother Saraswati, she represents knowledge. And whom does she meditate on? Lord Hayagriva. Hayagriva, horse neck. His pastimes are just amazing. Jnana Nandamayam Devam Nirmalam Spadikakritam Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagriva Upasmahe. Right? Like he's the Jnanam, knowledge embodied as Vishnu in with horse neck and human body. And he saved Vedas when Madhukaitapa stole Vedas. And that's who Mother Saraswati meditates on. And we have to think about her. We have to offer our obeisance to her, to Vyasdev, to Naranarayana, to Narayana. And if you think about like four grid, right? Like you take endeavor, grace, no endeavor, no grace. The best combination is always where there is like endeavor and grace, right? There's no way grace is not available to anyone. Grace is always there. But we, because of our like sensory perceptions, we put a cloud in front of us, we prevent the sunlight from like hitting our face, and then we are like, there's no face. But the moment we destroy the cloud by using Srimad Bhagavatam and Harikatha and eh, just love for Krishna, the grace reaches us. And we have to do some endeavor, we have to do some changes in our lifestyle, even a little bit. Nothing in spiritual bank account never depreciate. It doesn't go through deflation at all. It only goes through inflation. It doesn't decrease at all. And yeah, and there is a comparison between Vedavyas, like if you just compare him, and not to say that other professions are like downtrodden, but when you take a doctor, like an architect, an engineer, they're always healing one community or a person or a very specific. No one is like as wide as Vedavyas. He's reached all 8.4, every living being in within the umbrella of like 8.4 million species. Tadvag visarko janataga janatagha viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abadhavati api. Even imperfect compositions containing the names and glories of the unlimited Lord bring about a revolution in the impious lives of a misdirected civilization. So where is human society in general? Impious, misdirected. And where is Bhagavatam? All perfect. But then he has built that bridge for us, Prema and Kama. And some of the takeaways, which I want to just like conclude this lecture with, is we surrender to the mission, we surrender to Krishna Prema, even a little bit, whatever we can. Krishna doesn't demand a lot. The moment we say we put our hands together, it's like called Anjali Mudra, right? Anjalati Anjal. I'm forgetting the Sanskrit word for it, but then the moment we say that there is jala from our hands. But what happens is when we say Hare Krishna, Krishna's crying because he's like, oh my god, what can I do for this person now? Like, oh my god, just put our hands together now. Like, Krishna's waiting. What can we do? What can we do? So that's the advantage we have. Like, this is the true master servant relationship, right? Like, it cannot get better than this. I mean, father child, right? Surrender to the mission. Be compassionate like him. Jayananda Prabhu is the biggest example of this. Like, Kesha Swami Maharaj talks so much about him, where even people who at that time hated Hare Krishnas, they loved him. So when he actually left this physical world, there was this one old woman. She hated them. She was like, "Oh my God, you guys are there everywhere." Oh, and then for a long time she didn't see Jenna. She's like, "Where is that guy?" And then someone was like, "Oh, he left the world," and she started crying. She actually hated the Hare Krishnas at that time, but she was crying because that was the impact that Jayananda Prabhu made on her, because he would get her prasad, like he would like ask about her well-being. She was like, that should be the character we should like aim towards. And there was one person, one brahmachari who left the movement at that time, and he went and he joined as a butcher. And Jayananda's like, where is he? And then everyone's like, oh, he's joined this like meat factory. Jayananda, he drops whatever he's doing and he goes running to him. He doesn't find him in the factory, so he goes behind and he sees that he's actually like raising his like sword to like chop a goat. And he has his like his clothes are already like soiled with blood. Jayananda goes in his brahmacharya, he goes and hugs him. And he was like, what are you doing? Stop, don't do that. And then he's like, Jayananda, what are you doing here? Like, you can't come here. And he's like, so can't you? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, no, I can't do this. But Jayananda Prabhu went and hugged him in a soil. Will we do that? Like, will we? Like, I mean, we see someone eating meat and it's like, oh my God, like that's, and we would have been ourselves like meat consumers for like so many years, right? But for all of us, we have a journey. And whatever improvements we are seeing in ourselves, there might be some endeavor. I'm not putting that down, but there is always a major mercy intervention from someone. And the moment we judge someone, Krishna will be like, okay, now there is going to be a little bit of a lesson. And probably it's good, because that way we learn how to like never. And this is, I'm just talking from my own personal life experience. I used to, I don't know how I'm right now, but I used to be a very judgmental person like 10 years ago. It it's not. And now when I look back, I was not very proud of that. And this is one realization that I think I want to carry on a daily basis. Okay, don't judge anyone, right? And also don't be an extremist, because there are again these two groups where one of it's like, oh, everything is Maya, and Raj Bihari Prabhu talks about this. Chaitanya said, like, okay, just calm down, do what you have to do, take care of your living, and slowly start integrating and like giving your life to Krishna, one step at a time. And the lecture that Gaurkuma Prabhu shared, keeping Krishna in the corner, great lecture to like understand this point like really deeply. And Raj Bihari Prabhu also gives a lot of real life examples on people who have been on the extreme and now they are like nowhere, neither in Krishna nor in Maya. I mean, neither in, yeah, basically, they're not in either of the pools. And seek a guru. Always try to belong to an valid parampara so that we are taken care of. We have a system to like practice. Like Prabhupada has established a system. Madhvacharya has established a system. Ramanujacharya has established a system. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Yuga Avatar, he has a system. Right? So just follow and convince yourself first, take the risk. No one is disqualified, which again comes back to don't judge anyone. Some of us are like, oh, this person is like this. And yeah, I don't want to explain more on this, but I'm pretty sure all of us have these experiences. And effort and grace, all of that matter. And with that, I would like to stop the lecture. I'm sorry if I had like overspoken or deviated from like the parampara. It was not at least my intention, but I really thank Vyasdev. I'm indebted forever, and I seek his lotus feet and seek shelter in him for myself and for all the living beings here. And together, I think we can make great strides in our Krishna consciousness by mercy of such amazing acharyas. And I would like to thank Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanujacharya for giving such um, amazing systems, for sacrificing their lives, sacrificing so many, going through so many difficulties so that I can very comfortably sit in a nice apartment with AC and fan and try to look at Krishna for a second. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya evacha paritanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Beautiful class. Yeah, as always, it's packed with wonderful information and amazing lessons also. And yeah, I loved everything that you mentioned. One of the analogies that you mentioned, which was really beautiful about from the Ramayana, right? Like Rukmini is the Jiva, Rukmini is the Jiva,
Sita Ma's the Jiva.
Sita is
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Jiva. Sita is the Jiva, and then Hanuman is the Guru, and then Hanuman forms the bridge, like helps us cross the
Yeah.
and things like that. So there is similar analogy given in Krishna Leela also. So
Hmm.
Rukmini is considered the Jiva, and Rukmi is considered as the
Ah,
mind because Rukmi wanted Rukmini to get married to Shishupal, so
Shishu.
he wanted to take her away from Krishna, and then Krishna is Krishna, and then the Guru is actually the Brahmana who brings the
Ah,
Rukmini's message to Krishna. So that is the Guru. So, but yeah, wonderful class, and yes, mercy is such a thing, and we often take Vyasdev's mercy for granted because
yes.
it's just there, right?
Yeah.
And getting into scriptures is also considered often like, I don't want to get into technicality. I don't
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Uh, that is also one factor. Of course, technicality is not the only thing in scripture. There is a lot other things that are there. But then Vyasdev gave us the whole deal. He gave us the whole package. And we often sort of forget that we take it for granted. So thank you for covering this topic, taking Vyasdev as the example, because yeah, whatever we are doing right now is because of his mercy, actually, if we look
Absolutely.
at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you very much for that. And yeah, he's still there. He's still there. Hopefully, he's blessing all
Yeah.
of us
Yeah.
profusely because we sat and heard you. He has blessed you profusely as well. So, Madhvacharya, in fact, went to Vyastev and learned. He was when he took his disciples to Badrik Ashram. So
Ah,
so there is a lower Badri, there is an upper Badri. Lower Badri is where humans can reach, but then there is an upper Badri also where Vyastev is still there. You can actually
I see.
still meet him, but then humans can't go there. Like we don't have the ability to go there. But Madhvacharya had gone. So when they went to Badrinath for Yatra, so Madhvacharya said, I'll go up now. Then one of his
Wow.
disciples, I think it was Akshobhya Tirtha or somebody, they
Ah,
said that, no, Guru Maharaj, I will accompany you. I want to, like, they wanted to serve Madhvacharya in the journey. But then Madhvacharya said, no, you can't, you won't be able to do it. You
hmm,
can't climb this with me. But
hmm.
then he said, no, I will try, I will come. So then he came up to a point, but then beyond that, he could not go. And beyond that, only Madhvacharya went. And
Wow.
then Madhvacharya learned from
Wow.
Vyasa. That is why in our Guru Parampara, we see that after Vyasa, there is a large gap. And I mean, chronologically, if you see, after Vyasa, it's Madhva. One might wonder how come Vyasa was 5,000 years ago, Madhva,
Yeah.
what, 800 years ago. But this
Huh.
is the link. It's a Shiksha Parampara. So, yeah.
I see. Okay. Prabhu, that is amazing information. I have always wanted to learn a little bit more about Madhvacharya, and I've heard because I've watched that Raghavendra movie by Rajnikant, and there's like a small portion to this. But if you can in some class, like talk about the pastimes, that would be amazing. Also, second lecture request for Krishna's Krishna. I really liked what he said. Krishna is Krishna. Like, if you can give a lecture on that, like that would be
Krishna
amazing.
is Krishna.
Yeah, you just said, like, you when you're talking about Rukmini,
Oh,
you said, but
uh,
Krishna being Krishna. So I
yeah.
really like, please Prabhuji, if you can,
Yeah,
two
I
two
just
lecture
said that
requests.
in terms of the analogy, but yeah.
Yeah, but it is super super best dialogue ever, like best three words ever in in serial. I don't know how to put it, but
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Mataji. But yeah, thank you for such wonderful preparation. And please put the slides on the
Yes.
group like last time.
Yes, I
Yeah,
will. I would like to thank Claude Acharya for helping me with
yeah,
making the slides.
yeah. No, but the scriptural quotations and everything, they are really nice. Very,
Thank you.
very, it's a wealth of knowledge. So,
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. Thank you for the opportunity. You're the best inspiration. Like listening to your class, and I'm like, okay, I should like get more quotes in. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Happy to serve. Happy to serve.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, yeah, very amazing thoughts from devotees also in the chat. I love the points of never judge others and love the analogy of bridge between karma and prema. Amazing research and amazing class. This was Gaur Kumar Prabhu. Thank you, Lekha. Your class was always action packed and nectar packed. Very well prepared and presented. Then Suman Mataji, great class with great messages. Thank you, Lekha Mataji. Vamsidhar Gopal Prabhu, amazing discussion and Divya Prabandham references. Thanks, Lekha. Yeah,
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this opportunity. This is lecture is only for me, actually. That's what I realized. I should read Bhagavatam more sincerely. So I thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for always being our inspiration. Like really, you're such an inspiration. I can't even tell you how much. So I'm looking forward to like hearing more from you. And thank you,
Hare Krishna. Thank you for your kind words.
thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you, dear devotees. Let's wrap it up and meet next Tuesday. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हर ग्रेस लेखा माता जी की जय
Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
हरि बोल हरि
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.